All right, so now we have in our table time, position, velocity, and our kinetic energy. And let's add kinetic energy to our graph. So again, remember, left click on the labels on our vertical axis, go down to more, and you can click on kinetic energy. Okay, if you ever want to rescale your graph, well, you can use the plus and minuses. Or if you want to just rescale one of the axes, if you simply highlight along one of the axes, you can stretch it or compress it and make sure that you get this kind of zigzag arrow. You can also go towards the middle at your origin and you get a double arrow and you click and drag. That allows you to shift the entire y-axis. And now you can make your graph nice and beautiful. The next thing we will want to do to our graph is add a trend line. To do that, what you want to do is you want to go up to Analyze, come down to Curve Fit, click on Curve Fit. Then it asks you which set of data do you want to add the trend line to. So for this case, let's just add one to position first, and then we'll go back in and we'll add one to the other two. Once you go into this function, it will ask you what type of fit line you want to add to this set of data. For our position, it looks relatively linear, so let's add a linear fit line to it. In this class, I'll either have you use a linear or a quadratic. Quadratic, of course, if you have, say, a curve in your data, you might want to use something that would model a curve. To add this to your graph, you want to click on Try Fit. And you may notice that the program adds a fit line. This is just your preview of what it would look like on your actual graph. So after we've hit Try Fit, it will allow us to click on OK. And it gives us a little window that goes along with our data. So now that we have our fit line for our position versus time graph, let's add a line for both our horizontal velocity and our kinetic energy. So remember, we need to go up to Analyze, Curve Fit. Let's do our velocity one now, hit OK. And again, it looks relatively linear, so we'll add a linear fit line to it. So we hit Try Fit again, hit OK. And I tend to move these boxes out of the way so it's not actually on our data. I would prefer if you did it the same, just because if you're wanting to look at data later on and you have these boxes all over your actual data set, I have no way of telling you where the points are behind this rectangular box. So just we move them off our points so that we know that there's nothing behind them. So one last thing I want to cover is adding a trend line to a specific region of your graph. So to start, I'm just going to delete my linear fit for my kinetic energy. And let's say we wanted to add a trend line just simply to this small region here. Okay, so after I've highlighted my data that I want to add the trend line to, I go up to Analyze, Curve Fit, same way that we did it before. Add it to kinetic energy, hit OK. You'll notice that the program still has the same region highlighted in the preview. I hit Try Fit and then OK. And you'll notice that now, if I just click off, there's these square brackets around this data that I've fit to. And the linear fit line goes through all of my data set, except that it's only fitting it for the region that I've highlighted. Okay, so that's if, say, for example, you had a few data points that weren't exactly correct and you wanted to eliminate them from your analysis. You can just highlight around those points and fit the region that you're interested in. All right, so that's it for our tutorial. So good luck, guys. And if you run into any problems, please contact me.